Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mark with Spiguyver Backpacking. Thank you for joining me today. I'm out here real close to my house, just out for a little bit, doing a little bit of talking about gear and taking a look at things, and I wanted to show you a piece of gear that was sent to me for a review. Now, I will say I did not pay for this gear. It was sent to me strictly to get my opinion on it and to show you guys what's available out there. So what we're going to be talking about today is a first aid kit by Surviveware. Now, I know this is a much larger kit than what any of you have ever seen in any of my backpacks. Does it have a place in my backpack? Well, let's take a look at it and we'll talk about that. Let's go. Okay, so this, let's just get it out of the way. This is a lot bigger than anything any of you guys have ever seen me carry on this channel on any backpacking trip. I've had comments about whether or not I'm crazy about the kit that I carry, which is normally pills, some band-aids, sometimes a little bit more than that, but not a lot more than that. KT tape, maybe a knee brace, which actually, since the Whites trip, I've been using and wearing on every hiking trip just to be sure. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a first aid kit. So what's in a normal first aid kit? I think that really is a personal choice. And from one person to the next, it could be extremely different. Mine is a very minimalist. I rely on training that I've had and my knowledge and skills to overcome the lack of medical specific things that I carry with me. However, you can repurpose many things. If you have trekking poles, if you have a trowel, if you have cordage, if you have straps, you can fashion a lot of things that are necessary for the more severe traumas that could occur out in the backcountry. But if you don't have the skills and you've never researched it, having a comprehensive first aid kit could be really the difference between life and death. I know we don't like to talk in terms like that, but it's true. Being out in the backcountry, away from quick medical response teams, could put you in a life-threatening situation. So let's take a look at this specific kit and talk about whether or not this is something you should carry, if it has the proper stuff in it for you, and let's just see what's in here. So first, let's just talk about the packaging. So this is a very nice kit. It's got a nice ripstop grid pattern cordura, I believe, on the outside. Pretty rugged feeling. It's got a handle up on top that's stitched in really well. The zippers are smooth working zippers. Absolutely no problems there. Double-sided zippers. So you've got two zippers, so you could move it over here, zip it over there, no problem. It's got a little tiny hang loop on the back, a little red hang loop. And then it's got this system here, which is a MOLLE system, which allows you, if you were using a backpack with a MOLLE strap system, you can hook it up using that. But overall, a really nice package, and not a huge package. I mean, it's good size for a comprehensive kit or for a group trip. If you're going out on a group trip and you're splitting up gear and someone's carrying part of a tent, the other person's carrying part of a cook kit, whatever, this may be something where everyone doesn't bring their individual kits as long as you're hiking together, and you bring this comprehensive kit. So why don't we open this thing up, take a look inside, see what's in there. Okay, so right off, on the front of it, it has this zippered pocket. If you open this up, now I will tell you everything is still in the plastic. I've taken a look at it, I've pulled things out, but I've not actually opened anything except for a bandage that's inside, and I will talk with you about that. So the first thing that you find is this little baggie full of more little tiny baggies which say personal medicines. So on the outside you can put any personal medicines you have. It looks like there are 5 little tiny baggies in here, so you could do 5 different prescriptions or 5 different days with your prescriptions for each day in there, and slide that right into the front pouch here. Zips up real nicely. So that's that. Let's open it up, get into the true contents of this package. Okay, so I wanted to do this right here. I've got my sit pad, which is also my backpack back pad. So let's just open this thing up, take a look inside, see what's in here. So, wow, a lot of stuff right there. So we've got, actually it's designed and organized really well where things are labeled. I mean, if you look down here, it says that there's pressure bandages, wounds, sprains, snake bite kit, and if you pull this out, well, we've got a little card in there. Talks about what's in there. Know your first aid kit, but then you can see all the other pockets are actually very well labeled as well. Let's dig in. Okay, so I have opened it up and I've taken everything out of this one side. So we have down on the bottom, this pocket here says pressure bandage, wounds, sprains, snake bite kit. So you have a pressure bandage, which is like an ACE bandage. This is the only thing in here that has been opened up, and it is just a standard ACE bandage that I used on my son when he had a wrist issue come up at a soccer game. Next, you have a conforming bandage. So it just looks kind of gauzy. And then you've got a little card that tells you about what's in your kit. It gives you a coupon code for getting 5% off your next purchase. So the next little pocket here says skin cleansing wipes, hygiene. So we have some antiseptic wipes in here. You've got sting relief, medicated pads, antiseptic towelettes. So a little package with different things in there that could be useful. The next is cotton gauze swabs iPad. So you have cotton gauze swabs in one package here, and you have iPad in another one. Wound closures. Well, for wound closures, you've got a bag full of different size and shape bandages. I'm not sure if I saw, so it doesn't look like there's any butterfly, actually, no, I don't see any butterfly closures in here, so that's something that I may want to add down the road. And then the last pocket on this side says triangular bandage, emergency blanket. So here is the triangular bandage. It is something that could be used as a sling or other things you could use it for. And then the emergency blanket. So that's a useful reflective piece. Can be used for signaling, can be used for emergency needs there as well. So that's what's in this side. Let me get this put back together. We'll go to the other side and talk about that. Okay, so now let's take a look at the stuff that's on the second side of this kit. So you've got hyperallergenic tape for securing dressing. So it's just a roll of the tape there, still inside of a package there. Next are tweezers, and you've got a pretty decent set of tweezers right there that you can use. Next are splinter probes. So you've got this little package here that says splinter probes, and if you look in the back, it has these two little pieces that I believe you take those round tips, take them off, and they're gonna have a little needle there that you could then probe around to try and get a splinter out. Next we come down, actually let's just take a look at this right here. So you have a little tab that has some safety pins on it. Now those safety pins could be very useful, not so much for closure of a wound or something along those lines, but for gear repair. They could be really useful there. Adhesive dressing for minor wounds. Again, more band-aids right there. Resuscitation mask. So this is a really cool piece that's included in here. And this is a CPR mask. If you open it up and take it out, it is a breathing piece so that you don't have to put your mouth right on someone else's mouth to resuscitate them out in the wild. Now, in the center, there's a pocket right here that wasn't actually labeled, and in it had some Q-tips. It has a rescue whistle, and we will test this out to see how loud that is, and a tourniquet kit. Now, it's not labeled as a tourniquet kit, but that is exactly what this is. Now, you could fashion something out of gear that you have for a tourniquet, but having something like this could be very, very useful. But let's try this out, see how loud it is. You guys ready? Yep, that's a loud whistle. I did not blow all that hard, and it was loud. So let's get this put back together, and we'll come back and talk. Okay, so let's talk about this. What are my impressions of this first aid kit by Surviveware? I think it's got a lot of great stuff in there. I think that there are a lot of people out there that have specialized training, that have gone through NOLS type courses, wilderness first responder, wilderness first aid, that have a lot of knowledge, that carry huge first aid kits with them. I think this one is compact enough, it will fit and not be taking up too much of real estate in your pack. However, I think it's pretty comprehensive and has a lot of stuff in there that could be useful. A lot of emergency type stuff that could be really useful. Overall, I think it's a pretty great kit. Something that I would consider carrying on a group trip if we were carrying group community type stuff and sharing the load. Also, I think the one place where I may actually carry this is on a trip if I'm taking my kids. Because, to be quite honest, you know, I'm comfortable with doing things with myself, but when it comes to my kids, I do like to have a little bit of extra precaution. I usually go with too much food, I usually go with a little bit of extra insulation, and so I think this is something that could replace my normal kit, my normal first aid kit when I'm out with my kids, just for that added safety, the added protection, the stuff that's in there. Now, I may alter it a little bit. I may, you know, replace some items with things that I like a little bit better. I may add, there are some different closure systems out there that I've been looking at that are really cool. Some with some like zip ties. So there's one out there that has two sticky adhesives with zip ties that attach. So you put it on either side of an open wound, pull the zip ties, it closes the wound, and it does a really effective job without having to do anything like super gluing the wound shut or trying to do sutures on your own using fishing line or whatever else you have with you, paracord, the inner fibers of the paracord. But we have a great kit here. I think that if we add a couple of extra things like butterfly closures, which may be in there, I'll take a closer look and let you know. It has a great set of ingredients inside. A good recipe for a good first aid kit. You know, I think that just touching and feeling the things that were in there, they're actually quality things. The whistle really is a loud whistle, does work, didn't take a whole lot of effort, and a whistle, the sound travels so much better than the human voice. Yelling, screaming is not going to get anywhere as far as a whistle, and a whistle is a very distinct sound. So that's good. I think something that could be added to this would be an instruction, like the little card that was in there that told you to get to know your first aid kit. Some instructions for some of the pieces in there could be useful. Now, everyone knows how to use a Band-Aid, but does everyone know how to use the splinter things that were in there? Honestly, I've never seen them before, so it's something that I would have to actually take out, open, and figure out how they work. So things like that. Little bit of instruction probably goes a long way. But it's one of those things, I think it's a good starting point. If you don't know what should go into a first aid kit and you're looking for a one-stop shop first aid kit, I think this one's actually a pretty good one. So go check out Surviveware. I'm sure they have all other ones on there that may interest you as well. So check it out. Anyway, guys, that is my impression of this thing. Is it going to replace mine on a backpacking trip where I'm going out there solo or with other people that are in the same mindset as me? No, it's not. But it does have a place, and it may find itself in my backpack from time to time. I appreciate you guys checking in. If you guys want any more information on this, I've got the details down below. Check it out. Leave me feedback. Throw me comments on what's in your first aid kit. What you've used, what you haven't used. I want to know these things. What have you seen in the backcountry? What kind of problems, what kind of emergencies have arose while you've been out there? I appreciate you guys checking in. I will see you down the trail.